Welcome to Ask Dr. Georgiana's video bulletin titled How to Evaluate Your Partner's Children and Ex-Partner Before It's Too Late. I'm Dr. Georgiana, and I created this video in response to a question I received from Tiana from Los Angeles. She said the following: Dr. Georgiana, I have been in a committed relationship with a man for 12 months, and I never met any of his family members. He has been divorced for 5 years and has 2 children from that marriage, but rarely sees them. Last week, he told me that his ex-wife and children will be moving back to Los Angeles from New York, and he wants me to marry him and accept the role of stepmom. I am afraid because apparently he had a lot of legal problems with his ex-wife, and she sounds emotionally unstable. How do I make sure that I'm not entering a lion's den? Tiana's problem is fairly common. The older you are, the more likely it is that your partner will have children from previous relationships. This means that you have to meet and evaluate your partner's immediate family, the people with whom they had children, as well as the children themselves. So what is it that you need to evaluate about your partner's children and ex-partner? Here are 8 important things to keep track of. Number 1, the level of closeness between them. Number 2, any unresolved issues between them. Number 3, each person's level of maturity. Number 4, how they each handle conflict. Number 5, the ability of your partner and his or her ex-partner to co-parent. Number 6, how each person handles emotions such as anger and jealousy. Number 7, how able and willing are your partner and ex-partner to shield you from their negative interactions. And number 8, your partner and his or her ex-partner's expectations of you. Let's start with the first one, the level of closeness between them. If your partner has children from a previous relationship, you must evaluate how close they are. This is particularly important if you're planning to have your own children with them. A lack of closeness may suggest that the children are carrying resentment towards your partner for something he or she may have done, and or that your partner has been unable to create a strong bond with them. So observe their interactions, ask questions, and listen closely to what both your partner and the children say about each other. This will give you a glimpse of how your partner may relate to your children together if you were to have any in the future. The fact that Tiana's boyfriend did not have any interaction with his children requires further investigation. It is important for her to understand what happened, who created the distance, and how her boyfriend feels about them. If he created the distance in order to avoid child support or investing time in child rearing, or if he overlooked the children's feelings in any way, this may be a real problem for her. Number 2, any unresolved issues between them. When there is separation in a family with children, everybody suffers. So you need to understand what happened during the separation and what issues are still unresolved. Do the children blame one of the parents? Does that parent acknowledge the problem and takes the necessary steps to fix it? Number 3, each person's level of maturity. You should hope that the ex-partner would be relatively mature because that is going to affect his or her ability to make sound decisions, to resolve conflict, and to shield the children and you from the negative dynamics with your partner. If your partner's ex is immature and emotionally unhealthy, evaluate how much exposure you will have to him or her and make a decision about your relationship with your partner accordingly. Number 4, how they each handle conflict. You do not want to find yourself in the middle of a war between your partner and his or her ex. If your partner is skilled at handling conflict, but the ex is not, you still have a problem. Talk to your partner about the issues that create conflict in the relationship with the ex and ask for a plan of action to address them. If the plan makes sense, but you feel that there is no possibility of implementing it, you probably need to reevaluate your relationship. Number 5, the ability of your partner and the ex-partner to co-parent. Co-parenting is not easy after a separation or divorce. In particular, if there are a lot of stored up resentments. If your partner and his or her ex have difficulties in co-parenting, what are they planning to do about them? Are they willing to seek help? If they're not, you can assume that it will not be an easy ride for you. Number 6, how do they all handle emotions such as anger and jealousy? If you have been in a relationship for a while, you probably know how your partner handles emotions. But you also need to evaluate how both the ex-partner and the children handle anger and jealousy. Make sure that you have the children around for a while before you commit any further to the relationship so that you can observe how they behave around you and your children if you already have children with your partner. Also, evaluate how the ex-partner feels about you. Do they treat you with respect, or do they express negative feelings that are unreasonable? Number 7, how able and willing are your partner and the ex to shield you from their negative interactions? You should expect that they will be committed to not involve you in their conflict. Have a conversation with your partner about how he or she plans to protect you from it, and if the answer is not to your satisfaction, you should reconsider a deeper commitment. And finally, number 8, your partner and his or her ex-partner's expectations of you. If your partner expects you to parent his or her children from a previous relationship, there should be some support coming your way. This may be in the form of an assistant or part-time nanny, or his or her own participation in the tasks required. Keep in mind that the ex-partner may also have expectations of you as a step-parent. Find out what those are and ask yourself whether you agree with them or not. If you do not, and your partner is not willing to back you up, it may not be a good situation for you to get involved in. I hope that this video offered you some insight as you struggle with the decision to commit to a partner that has children from a previous partnership. Know that you are not alone, as there are thousands of people around the world dealing with this issue. Take the time to evaluate all of the people who will be affecting your daily life, and know that no matter how much you love your partner, you should expect a minimum of peace of mind. Love does not have to lead to struggle and painful sacrifice. Trust your judgment and act accordingly. I am honored to be part of your journey to have the right partner, and look forward to seeing you in future videos in one of my online relationship programs or during a relationship coaching session. I will see you very soon.